And hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV, joined today by some legendary players, Bisu, Brain, Light, and Gensay. StarCraft legends joining us today on the fastest map, fighting in the arena in a best of set. How many games? I don't know, but I am ready for this one, and I don't care whether you are ready. We're gonna go and dive in right here, right now, because I am hungry for some action. Let the show begin. So, we have here on the name Kim Sebu Ho, the player Light, on the olive green Terran, and his partner is Gensay here on the bottom middle of the map. And then we have Bisu here on the Protoss on the bottom left, and Brain on the 12 o'clock spawn location on the Terran as well. So a little bit of background for Light and Bisu. Light has pretty much been the best player in StarCraft for the past 3 years. He's always in the top 5 of the Pro versus Pro rankings. Pros play every single day and they track those matches and then calculate a matchmaking rating, and Light has pretty much always been every single week in the top 5 for the past 3 years. He's won himself 2 titles, so he's got 2 championship titles in the past 4 years. He's really good, pretty much always at the top of Terran. Then Bisu is the most accomplished Protoss player before Remastered began. So before 2017, he was the best Protoss in history. Afterwards, he hasn't won a single title, but he's been playing very, very well. He's also always in the top 10 of the ELO matchmaking rating of Pro versus Pro play. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we have an extremely stacked lineup for today. So what are they doing? We have Light go for Barracks, Supply Depot Gas, and Brain went for Barracks, Supply Depot Gas. So both players are kind of doing the same thing. Gases are finishing up at the same time, and it looks like Gensay has found Brain here at the top of the map. We have a small little bunker being built here in front of Brain's base to try and block Brain into his base so that Brain cannot participate on the map. Smart move, and Brain is going to try to kill that SCV, but there's a Marine and an SCV here, so not going to happen. Brain is going to get boxed in. They're going to try to keep his vultures inside of his base, make sure he never leaves this place. Whereas Bisu and Gensay both going for Triple Gateway Forge, although Bisu is skipping out on the Forge, he's going to gamble on not meeting the Forge. Gonna go for very fast gas, whereas Gensay doesn't have a gas there yet. We have factory on the way there for Brain. It's 2 factories. Marines are moved to the front there to try and contest that bunker. Not gonna happen. There's 2 Marines in there and a 3rd one is on the way. We have a barracks there floating up into the sky because 3 Marines is all they need. They don't need number 4. Now it's time for vultures. We got double factory on the way there for Light as well. I do think that Light is a slightly better Terran player than Brain because Light is a professional Terran who has won championships. Brain did get his professional card as a Terran and as a Protoss, but he hasn't quite accomplished as much as Light has. So there's going to be some question marks on how good Brain is going to be on his Terran and how good Light is going to be on his Terran. Now, Light has a lot of experience on fastest maps, so it's not like he's coming out of the blue. He's played a lot of fastest map, a lot of 1v1 and 2v2. He knows what he's doing, and so does Bisu. Bisu is getting a Cyber Core, no Forge there still. We have a cannon there and a base for Gensay. Got his gas a little bit slower. We got Cyber Cores on the way for both Protoss players, where Bisu has more gas, so he's going to get a Singularity Charge and his Dragoons way faster than Light. Got this Bisu Zealot there trying to get in on Light, but Light there micros that Vulture expertly. Nothing's going to happen there. We got the Barracks there from Light getting attacked there by the Marines from Brain, pulling the Marines away from the front. Might have to pull the barracks away at some point. So Bisu here is dancing back and forth, trying to at least distract attention away from this little blockade. It's really a small blockade. It's pretty insignificant. It's 2 Marines in a bunker. They shouldn't be able to keep Light in or Brain in that base for much longer. They got double cannon on the way there for Bisu. Timed the Forge perfectly. Triple cannon actually. Gensay they're pushing those Zealots and Dragoons back, but Bisu's army has grown quite large and Gensay's army is still quite small. You're gonna have to catch up over the next couple of minutes. He's building cannons here. That's why he has less army supply. He's He's building 2 pylons there to make sure that Brain cannot escape with those vultures. Might even build some cannons here as well, just to make sure he stays contained. And Bisu, of course, is going to try to use that army advantage to leverage power over Gensay. So he picks a fight there, but the vultures from Light there join the party and going to push those Zealots away. Zealots are not that strong against vultures. Dragoons are amazing against vultures, but do, I think, about half damage, not too sure. Unless vultures are medium sized, in which case they do full damage. I should do my research on that one a little bit better. So tank there arrives from Brain. He's going to break out, and when he breaks out, it's going to be a problem for Team Light here. It's going to be a small little problem for Team Light. More than a slight little problem, because the tank there is absolutely destroying the vultures, and now the units from Gensay and Light are coming back to help Light, but that gives an opening to Bisu, who triggers some mines in the middle, but loses pretty much nothing. He's going to go for a counterattack on Gensay. Now Gensay's going to go for a counterattack onto Brain. I'm really not sure which way this is going to go. This one tank there going to get destroyed. Looks like Brain has fallen behind quite a bit, but we have... I think I know which way this game is going to go, unless, of course, Bisu gets on top of the cannons in the back there and kills those cannons and kills Gensay. Looks like Brain is gonna survive this one, because we have Light going for Gensay's base to try and keep Gensay alive, but Gensay there throwing up a lot of cannons really quickly, but we got Dragoons everywhere, although he's forced to retreat as the Zealots there in the back do die, but the economy there from Gensay has been disrupted, and Brain survives the attack. Mines there triggering all Dragoons, and tanks in the back spawning. I think he has... I don't think he has siege mode. So yeah, they give up on saving Gensay. Gensay's just gonna die here. You got Dragoons there on the way to try and save this. There's more units on the way there from Bisu, although there's mines in the middle. We have vultures from Light trying to kill Brain, but tanks are really good against vultures. Kills the mine there on the side. Vultures do not really do much. The tanks are just too strong and overpowering. Light is pretty much rendered ineffective, and Gensay takes too much damage, and Gensay goes down again, number 1, which gives win number 1 to Team Bisu. They played that one very, very nicely. Very, very nicely played. So let's go back to the starting screen. Very quick game, very, very quick game, about 6 minutes. We can have a look at how many units they lost, just for the heck of it. You can really see that Brain killed a lot, specifically on the defense there. Bisu, yeah, this speaks for itself. This speaks for itself. Minerals are pretty much the same, although I'd say Bisu heavily outmined Gensay, but that was because Gensay was under attack, where Bisu was never really in danger or under attack. So it's what you would expect from the score screen. The winning team has a clear advantage. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes the winning team does not have the better statistics. I think scores usually don't mean a lot, because there are a lot of factors that decide what the score is going to be. If everyone does their job perfectly, the scores can be wildly different, even though everyone did what they had to do. Because everyone has different roles, different races, and specific roles in a match do determine who gets more kills, more score, more minerals. So the scores are fun to look at, but not always meaningful. Not always a meaningful representation of what happened in the game. So Brain here on the Terran, blue Terran, and Bisu right below him on the yellow Protoss. We have Light here on the magenta pink Terran on the bottom of the map, and we have Gensay Park. Minchel here on the pink Protoss. So we kind of have a color coding going on, pink and blue and yellow. What are they going to do this game? In the previous game, we saw an 8 barracks, 9 supply, and a gas coming out there from the Terran players. This time around, it's going to be a supply depot on 8 and a gas on 8 there for Brain. But we have a barracks there coming out from Light, who's going to delay his gas a little bit and have his factory out a little bit slower than Brain, or at least Brain will have a double factory, whereas Light will have a single factory with a slightly delayed second factory, but he will have more Marines on the map faster than Brain does. But Brain is so far away that I don't think it will affect the match too much. Don't think it will really affect the match too much. They will kind of just come out at the exact same point in power at the exact same time. But the idea to go fast Marine into slightly delayed factory, it is a cute idea. And oftentimes, if the Terrans are close to each other, it can get you an advantage. Having more Marines, more early rushing power, but you do get a little bit of a delay on other things. So triple gateway there from the Protoss players is very standard stuff. Very standard stuff. We do notice that Bisu gets his third pylon faster than Gensay. Gensay gets a gas, and we have no gas there coming out from Bisu. We have Zealots there on the way from Bisu. We have a factory on the way there from Brain, and 2 factories on the way there from Brain. And sorry, this is Light. It's not Brain, this is Light. Light 1 factory, Brain 2 factories. Marines and SCVs are scouting. He's going to try to keep the Zealots out of his base while Zealot is coming into... Well, trying to keep the probe away while the Zealot comes in there. Likewise, we have Marines in production there from Brain. SV there scouting the map, chasing that one Zealot. Gets some damage on the Zealot. Cute stuff. So the triple Marine will keep that one Zealot away for now as the factories are on the way. The second and third factory in construction. Almost in construction. Now 2 Zealots though. 2 Zealots are pretty dangerous, but he's got this nice little gap to walk through that Zealots cannot walk through. He's going to have to walk all the way around. Still does get 1 kill there though. The triple factory on the way, 1 is finished up. Third factory on the way there from Brain as well. 2 factories finished up. And there you can see that Brain has faster access to double Vulture production, whereas Light is like 30 seconds behind in that regard. Well, not 30, let's say 20 seconds behind in that regard. So we will see more Vultures on the map from Brain than from Light. And I don't think that these Marines actually did that much to get Light some sort of an advantage in this game. I do like this very forward posturing with the Marines. So 2 Marines, 2 Vultures, 3 Marines, and getting a machine shop very quickly. He's somewhat gambling on the opponents not doing enough damage to him that he'll be able to get mines out faster than the other team. Or maybe he's planning on going for a very fast single tank, because tanks are absolutely awesome against both Zealots and Vultures without even needing siege mode. So Brain is getting mines from his first factory, so he got 4 Vultures, got a machine shop afterwards, whereas Light went for 2 Vultures, machine shop. There's a third one. There's number 4 coming in the middle as well. The Zealot's really not doing too well against the Vultures. He's trying to catch Light with some micro mistakes, but not happening. Dragoons are out on the map though, and Bisu does have some amazing Dragoon micro. Let's change the colors to red versus blue to make it a little bit easier to see. So we got Dragoons from Gensay in Brain's base, and we have Dragoons from Bisu trying to get into Light's base, but Light has mines on the way. Didn't go for the tank, just gonna go for mines, and he is in some danger. The Vultures from Light though are gonna try to sneak up on Bisu, excuse me, who once again did not get a forge. And actually neither, well, Gensay got a forge but has no cannons. He's gonna sneak in there. I'm gonna try to, oh, some really good mine placing. The goons there in Light's base are killing whatever they can, really making life difficult for Light. But Light gets on top of the probes here. So probes are dying left and right, and it looks like Bisu is forced to retreat because he doesn't feel safe because there's a mine there in between. So Bisu is taking the most damage at the moment, as Gensay is doing an amazing job of keeping Bisu's Zealots busy and occupied, while Brain puts mines in the middle to keep Gensay out of the middle. And the Vultures have killed, I would say, pretty much every single probe there is. There's 8 left alive. Bisu is in terrible shape. He made a mistake by overcommitting on the attack onto Light. Will Light survive though? Because maybe it's worth it. Maybe it is worth it. Light has taken tremendous amounts of damage. He still has Vulture production going on though, and still has most of his SCVs. Vultures in the back are dying though. Like, all the Vultures are dead and gone. And it looks like Gensay cannot really help him, so we might see Light die here as well. Both. Well, Bisu is still alive. Barely though, but he's still alive. Light is also still alive. He's not attacked. Okay, there he goes for the SCVs. SCVs running to safety. He's gonna try to repair. He needs to keep on repairing. A lot of SCVs are dying. A lot of them are dying. Like, a lot. He's fighting the Vultures with his SCVs, and he wins the fight against the Vultures. Oh my god. Light is not out of those very stormy dark waters yet though, because more Vultures from Brain do arrive, and Light has, I believe, no SCVs left alive. They think they're all dead and gone. Yep, there goes the last one. Still has 200 minerals, but he's pretty much dead and gone at this point. Now it comes down to Gensay using the advantage he has over Bisu with his 14 probes to try and win the game. He's gonna have to try and win the game right here, right now. He's got an observer, so mines are no longer a problem. Brain, though, tries to run past, put some mines in there, gonna kill a couple of those zealots with the mines, I hope. Ooh, doesn't kill anything, though. Oh, kills the Dragoon. And now we have Vultures from Light getting some revenge onto Bisu, placing a mine, trying to get in there. One more mine is placed, killing a lot of probes there. Doesn't kill any probes with the mine explosion, though, but now Gensay decides not to clean those mines, because why would he have to? He can just go and kill Bisu instead. So Bisu now in danger himself as well. Once again, 13 probes against 2 SCVs there from Light and 37 probes there from Gensay. Brain comes in. Oh, there's a Reaver shuttle in the sky. It arrived on location. That Reaver shuttle is going to absolutely destroy Bisu and those Vultures as well. Vultures do not stand a chance against this Reaver shuttle micro. The Dragoons are killing probes. Probes are dying. Reaver stays alive. Reaver takes some damage there, but it's just not enough from Bisu to take that one down. So Gensay gets his team a huge advantage, even though we still have Light in some minor trouble here, as forced to lift his command center. Oh, he's running to safety, while we have Bisu just casually getting murdered. He has 72 minerals. He cannot rebuild his Nexus if it goes down. We have Brain coming in to try and save the day, but nope. Nexus down. Brain is out for the count. Literally can no longer contribute in any meaningful way whatsoever. He's out. He's donezo. He's gone. He has been murdered. We have a drop from drop from Gensay onto Brain. Kills only 1 or 2 SCVs. We got a second command center from Brain, so he will have a pretty good worker production. 5 factories at the moment, still making a lot of Vultures. Gonna keep on placing mines on the middle to try and get control over the middle, although we do have those observers on the map, so Dragoons are awesome. But of course, we have the tanks hiding behind the mines, which makes pushing forward all the more difficult for those Dragoons that Gensay has. Putting some mines in between, he's gonna have to keep on running. Great use of the Vultures here from Brain. Kills a couple of his own Vultures, though, there by some freak accident, but he's putting down the mines. He's gonna siege up those tanks once they retreat a little bit back into the middle. Great position for those tanks, but the mines are largely dying. Observe there, seeing everything that's going on. Observe there in the front as well. We have Bisu trying to... Bisu and Light are playing their own little minigame. Light is trying to stay alive, keep that command center from dying, while Bisu is going to try to kill the command center to make sure that Light never ever makes a comeback into the game. So it's largely now just a 1 versus 1 between Gensay and Brain, while the other two are playing their cute little minigame. Ooh, the mine almost exploded on the 4 Vultures, but he pushes into the middle, kills the tanks, reduces the tank count, and now gets leverage over the middle. Because he has more units, he's got observers, he's in a good position. He's got 60 more supply than Brain. Brain just lost a lot of real estate here on the middle, and that gives control to Gensay, but Brain is still alive, and Brain is a great 1 versus 1 player, and they're now in a 1 versus 1. He's great with mech, but Gensay is also absolutely amazing on Protoss, but he does have fewer probes than Brain does. But that supply advantage is definitely something that Gensay's got going for him. Brain is definitely in some troubling waters right now. He's migrating his SCVs back into his base, pulling another turret there in the front to kill the observer. Very smart move. Putting a turret in front of the mines, make sure the observer dies. And it looks like Gensay just wants to make sure that Bisu is completely dead. He's gonna chase down those probes, chase down those Dragoons, and make sure that Light can start rebuilding there on the bottom middle of the map. Just no mercy. No mercy shown for Bisu. It's the end. Bisu, your time has come. Goodbye. You're gonna die in like the next minute or so. All that is happening. Minchel is still producing from 1 single Nexus, not deciding to get a second one. He's in forecast. You got Temple's Archive, Observatory, Sylvadoon, Robotics, and Support Bay. Gateway's placed a little bit haphazardly. Wasn't expecting this situation when he started the game, but this is the situation he's in. And Brain is developing very quickly. Went for a third command center. He wants to drag out the game and go for a larger macro game that is more like a traditional Terran against Protoss 1 versus 1. Because Brain still has a couple of things to fix and do here on the map. So Bisu confirms that Light is rebuilding. He calls GG, says that he's done Zo, and Gensay spares him, shows him mercy, and now Bisu is an observer, no longer allowed to play or participate. Getting some vision on the map there from Gensay, making sure that tank drops, like dropships and tanks, don't just make it across the map unspotted, building a warning system, making sure tanks don't catch him off guard. We have a Dark Archon. Gensay is looking to go for mind control, as an SCV was donated by Light. Sitting there waiting to get mind controlled. Gensay is just adding on gateways to make sure that Brain cannot properly leave his base. Supply is still massively in the lead for Gensay. He's on 54 probes. He stopped making probes, actually. He's comfortable with only 54. We have Brain there on 69, the magical number. And he feels that it's time to go. He feels it's time to leave his base and start the attack. And Gensay's units are actually spread out across the map. So Brain actually picked a really good time to do this, but Gensay now pulls some units forward. A lot of clumped up tanks. Ooh, Reaver Shuttle Micro there on display is absolutely amazing. Gets a couple of tanks, reduces the amount in total, while only losing one control group of Zealots. So that was a really good play. Kills like 6 or 7 tanks, loses one control group of Zealots. That's definitely worth it. And he goes in yet again with another control group and has the Reaver Shuttle hit the tanks. They're in the back. Very efficient use of Reaver Shuttle and Zealots, making sure Brain cannot just leave and push his base into the middle. So just let me look at what the situation, like where are we? Do we have upgrades there on those tanks? We are on 0-1, the Zealots are on 0-0-1 as well. He's getting level 2 weapon, 1 armor and 1 shield, and Brain of course getting level 1 armor and level 2 attack. Goes for an attack here. Pushing forward, making sure to keep on reducing the amount of tanks that are entering the middle, and he gets a huge number of tanks there, while keeping the Reaver Shuttle alive once again. I think the Reaver Shuttle has like 20 kills at this point in time. Well, 4 actually. Maybe it's another Reaver Shuttle, maybe it just hasn't been getting the finishing shots, but the damage that Reaver has dealt, Reaver goes down, but the damage the Reaver has done has been really successful. And he actually manages to kill every single tank that was pushing here into the middle and pushes Brain back into his base. That is a huge victory for Team Light. Light is slowly recovering, back on 17 of his SCVs, getting a second command center as well. Just very slowly recovering while Brain is trying to prevent Light's return to the game. Great use of shuttles. He's got 4 shuttles loaded up with units, I assume. And he's going to unload them all over those poor tanks. Just bam, goes in, unloads, great unload. Oh, 4 High Templars, 6 High Templars in between. Going to storm at every single tank that is in the vicinity. Well, actually, 2 of the Templars go down before they can storm, but still does some great damage. But was that damage enough? Did he kill enough of those tanks? I'd say yes. Yes, he did, because look at this. An army is coming from Gensay's base, ready to get right on top of the tanks that got weakened by the storms. And make sure that Brain, once again, gets reset back to 0.0 right here in his choke. The progress... Oh, Defensive Matrix, though, might just change the outcome of this fight. Yeah, it changes the outcome. Tanks in the front do stay alive. I think 1 or 2 went down, but Brain manages to prevent significant amounts of losses and establishes control over this section. The game is starting to look better and better for Brain, worse and worse for Gensay, as Brain slowly gets control over the situation. The triple command center is really working out. He's got 68 SCVs. He had 69 earlier, lost 1 of them. Got a lot of factories there going on, and we have just a slow push into the middle. Gensay gonna try to sneak in there with 2 shuttles. There's a couple of Goliaths and a lot of turrets all over the place. Shuttle not gonna do too much. Unloads the Zealot, but nah, not gonna happen. Brain is on point. Brain is on point. Gensay might need a couple more of those Ropes, he got the mind control on the SCV, but he might pay the price for sidetracking himself with a side quest of getting a Terran army. Might be... Oh, wait, we have factories from Light, so we should soon have tanks. Gensay is just trying to buy as much time for Light to get tanks and create a stalemate on the middle. Because tanks against tanks, usually that's a stalemate situation. Get some good storms off, kills a couple of Vultures who are pushing out there in front. Another tank is coming up. He's building a great, good line of tanks. He's not clumping them all up, he's holding a line that's slowly progressing forward, making it pretty hard to kill those tanks. Oh, that's a big clump though. That's a big clump of tanks. A couple of Reaver shots there on those tanks will really devastate that line. Oh, Defensive Matrix comes up. Defensive Matrix use has been amazing. Gets an EMP there on the Shell and the Reaver. Reaver goes down. And he doesn't actually kill as much as I thought he would, but we got tanks from Light joining the middle. This would have been the game changer if it wasn't only 2 tanks, but more of them. But Brain though. The Zealots and Dragoons finally get on top of those unsieged tanks, and now he's going to kill a lot of them. Arbiter there from Gensay enters the fray. Brain lost a lot of tanks, but does come out on top in that fight. Mines being placed to cut off the supply path from Minchul's base into the middle. Splits up the Arbiter and Dragoons away. Gets a scan, gonna place mines around the Dragoons. Dragoons try to kill as much as they can, but they are pretty much dead and gone. Nowhere left to run. The map is shrinking for Gensay and Light. But Light now has triple factory, triple tank production. He will be able to, at some point, kind of create a line of tanks on the bottom side and reduce Brain's mobility. But it's gonna be fast, because there's a lot of tanks coming his way, and he only has 4 at the moment. There's a lot of cannons as well. The cannons definitely will help him out. 1 more tank spawn, so now it's 5. He doesn't have upgrades there though in the tanks. That's number 6. I think Light is gonna be fine here. I think Brain is gonna have to change his mind and go for Gensay's base. Brain is in a difficult situation now. He has to lock Light into this bottom corner base, or bottom middle base. But that is going to take units to do, and that is going to give Gensay leverage over Brain's army size with his own army. So Brain has to make some tough choices. Put tanks under Light and lose army he can use against Gensay. So the game has become a little bit easier for Gensay and more difficult for Brain, even though Brain has control over the middle. Also, we got 2 tanks here hiding behind that wall. And looks like we have... Oh, we got the SCV there on the bottom corner of the map. He's building a command center out of Brain's sight, although he's right next to these tanks and Vultures. But Brain doesn't seem to be aware that there's a mind-controlled SCV hiding on the bottom corner of the map. Gensay with a pretty good push here into this choke point. The tanks from behind the hybrid are helping him out. Great storms are on that front line, but doesn't quite kill enough. Okay, that friendly fire there, quite some work, gonna buy him some time. He needs more gateways though. His base is a mess. It's an absolute mess. Gensay has not invested at all into getting more production or more income. He's making do with quite a little, whereas Brain has a completely filled out full base and making use of everything to the max. Now this is a great Zealot unload. The tank is sieging up, killing a lot of his own tanks. Pulls back, kills a couple tanks in the front, kills some tanks in the back, and then pulls back, doesn't bite off more than he can chew. Light is still growing. We have about 12 tanks there in his base, ready to roll out, ready to join the party. Now that 1 shuttle from Gensay that might try to unload on those tanks. Brain trying to end the game right here, right now, before Light becomes a problem. He wants to kill Gensay first, and then kill Light. He cannot kill Light at the moment. He has to kill Gensay first in order to kill Light. It's a difficult situation, but he is almost making it work. It looks like he's making it work. Comes in, oh, he went a little bit too deep. He went in a little bit too deep, and now his tanks are going to get surrounded. Yeah, he went in too deep. He went in too deep, and this might just cost him the game. He went in so deep into Gensay's base that Gensay had an had a surround on those tanks. You could get an attack from all directions at the same time. Brain overstepped his boundary, made a mistake, and Gensay pushed back pretty strongly. Now Gensay's supply is low compared to Brain, but now we got tanks from Light on that high ground to secure this pathway. Tanks are helping out, but the tanks don't have upgrades there from Light. He's getting level 1 attack, level 2 attack at the moment. Level 1 attack finished up already. Shuttle use there from Gensay, getting on top of those tanks, making sure the tanks don't kill his zealots. The tanks cannot fight back. The game is turning around rapidly. There's a tank drop coming in there onto Light, but the cannons are gonna... Oh, wait. Gonna kill some of those SCVs, but the SCVs are fighting back. Getting on top of the tanks. The D-Matrix tank takes a long time to die. But it will go down. Level 3 armor. Level 3 attack. Gensay is on 2-3 as well. Great upgrades. And yet they are gaining ground on Brain. Brain was all the way in here. But now with those tanks at high ground, it's impossible to push forward. This game might be over. Brain made one mistake. And it cost him this choke point. And now he can no longer go in there. The area has been secured. Brain calls GG, he knows the game is over, he no longer believes. Light has persevered, and Gensay bought his partner enough time to stay alive, recover, and get tanks, and the tanks from Light turned the tide. Brain almost had it, but got a little bit too greedy on just one instance. Makes the score 1-1, and that concludes part number 1 of this best of series. Please do return when I upload part number 2, where we should be looking at more action between Bisu, Brain, Gensay, and Light. The legends of the StarCraft universe. See you soon.